Haters.
Yes, I do declare that's a penis. Far above the Mojave Desert, there's a wild flying cock.
The shit I get involved in. And I have the Twitch on, so I hear just an echo of that.
As the cock swoops down into a man's...
Do I just start? Do I keep drinking? Like, I've drank a lot already. Like, look at that.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the point of pre-gaming, right?
I guess. Hold on, do a little Sprite.
Didn't the World Cup just come out and say, hey, look, we're banning pre-gaming?
What?
Somebody came out and said, hey, look, we're going to
Like
go...
tailgating?
No, not tailgating. I think it's bars. Like during the World Cup, they're saying if you come in sober or something like that, we'll give you free drinks once the match starts or something like that. 3 free drinks to help curb pre-gaming.
Fuck that.
That was the first I've heard of this shit.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere in the UK. I don't know.
That's pretty damn good.
As the Mojave cock swoops down into a man's rectum.
Why Mojave? You keep saying that word like the desert.
I don't know. Imagine a desert cock. Nice and dry.
Nice and dry. Oh. Ooh, this is gonna be a fun one
Your
today.
mom's gooch.
Your mom's gooch.
Very nice.
Much wow.
Such a doge. Very wow.
I tell you what, though. Yeah. This American, y'all both got to try it. It really is great. I'm going to probably kill this fucking bottle today.
I heard you wouldn't. You said
It's very possible.
Mom called, said you're a bitch.
Said you a hoe.
I was supposed to go to a friend's like party tonight. But I don't know if I'm going to make it now. Shit, I'm just drinking.
Did that Beanie McBob show up? Let me go ahead and just I don't know, put something else.
What happened was we got caught up in a drunkscussion, and then he burned the bacon.
Where we talk about everything.
You just put an intro.
You know what I mean?
on.
So it kind of seems like a win-win-win.
Here's Gerald.
Telling everybody I'm dead.
Just draw a dick on it. It's not offensive. It's a dick. Everyone's got a dick nowadays.
Dude, tell me more.
All right, put that back. Were you jamming out to our intro?
I am.
We need to come up with a new intro. If anyone here, oh wait, well, technically we're live on Twitch, but if anyone that watches Twitch, whether that be now, later, whenever, is like a sound artist, fucking hook a brother up.
I know people too. I'll hit them up. Get going on a new intro. Halfway through season 2.
Okay.
Almost time.
Updated the stream real quick. We should be good. We're good.
Is it still so? Is this stream gonna do like what we had before, where it'll bounce between us every once in a while, or no?
No, sir. No. With 3 people, that won't work. I can figure out a way to make it work, but I ain't gonna be today.
No, you're good.
I could have it bot between you 2 and me, but not as fun.
No. Colin's going to go get his drink, refresh, re-up.
Old Mr. Squirts in the building.
Squirts.
Drop the squirt.
Ugh.
There's nothing wrong with a little squirt here and there.
Where's the freaking chat at? I can't see it. This is annoying.
On what?
On Twitch.
It should be on the right if you're logged in.
Yeah, I'm logged in. I see our viewers, but I don't see. Oh, I see the chat. Okay, I see it. I see it. Yo.
Yo. Yo.
Yo.
Yo, 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 yo.
All right, you guys got your drinks? You got your stuff? Oh, is that a body armor?
Mm-hmm.
Not drinking any alcohol? No? Keeping it sober a little bit today?
Well, I'm gonna drink a shitload of alcohol later, but I need to be able to drive.
Isn't Burke's like right behind your house?
We're probably gonna go somewhere else.
Oh, I would just walk to Burke's and be like, "You're driving me now."
Oh,
Just walk up.
fuck no. Have
You're
you been in a
driving.
car with Burke behind the wheel? Fuck no.
Terrifying. I know. It is the old M6, dude. Terrifying.
No, they don't even have that
Terrifying.
anymore. He's got his
I
fucking
know.
he's got his fucking power wagon.
There's no fucking
fuck
way
that.
Burke fit in an M6.
He did, and it was scary, dude. In the snow and ice
You
was just blowing like
realize-
120.
You do realize the fucking M6 is massive for a fucking two-door coupe.
Have you
It
seen
is. It's
Burke?
big.
Dude's like 6'3", 700 pounds.
Ooh,
I'm
no, he's
calling
not.
that a- What the fuck?
What? That's an insult.
So I think
hopefully
the
he's
first
watching
time-
this.
I think
He's
the
gonna
first
call
time-
you.
Dude, he's like 6'6'1".
The first time I saw him was when I was up in Ohio the last time, and I saw him at the Kohl's. I didn't expect him to be that fucking big. He's a solid 320, like at least 310, maybe.
Maybe actually, no. But he's like my height, 6'1". So he's probably, I'd say maybe
Dude's twice my size.
I was gonna say
I'd say
he's somewhere
280
between 280 and 300,
290.
like on
Yeah.
the nose. I don't think he's that far into because that like
No.
320 is like my dad's weight.
After
Yeah.
the
He's
holidays, he's
huge.
probably pushing it.
No,
I put on 20 pounds during the holidays.
Well, everyone puts on this 20 pounds, 15 to 20 during the holidays.
we got 1 minute.
No, it's now.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
now.
oh,
It's
we're
now.
just going.
We're gonna launch it. Ready?
Let's wait 5 seconds. Paul lead in.
Good morning, afternoon, night, whenever the fuck you listen to us. This is Drunkscussions, and I'm Paul. We have Connery and Colin here today as our special guest again. We have a hell of a lineup and things that we're going to be talking over today, but to start everything off, I have to break some news, guys. I'm not drinking bourbon today.
Oh,
I switched-
wow.
I know, I switched it up.
That
Going with-
half a bottle of vodka left.
Yeah, half a
An
bottle of
American
vodka.
piece of shit. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, it is actually
The bottle literally
American
says American.
American vodka,
You know
and it's
why?
amazing.
You know why that's so
nothing-
popular right now?
Why?
Because they dropped all the Kamchatka off. They got rid of it.
Nothing says America like shitty K.
Oh, was that Indiana fucking shit vodka?
There's
Was
a
it-
bunch of shit vodka. It just comes in a big plastic gallon, and you
Yeah.
know. You just
Okay.
already know. But this
Grody potato
this,
water.
sir, is quality glass American vodka. You know, like it's just amazing. It's great. Mixes with everything. But what are you guys drinking on today?
So I've got a fun concoction. I have been pre-gaming. So this half a gallon right here is a mixture of emergency, vodka, and energy drink mixtures. Just a little flavor and water. So I give that a
That
little
sounds
shake.
awful.
It's good to go. And I got Bud Lights to chase it with.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a great chaser.
It's gonna dry scoop a pre-workout, knock back about 7 shots.
Call it a day.
Basically is what that is. It's
The
probably,
American way.
in this half gallon's probably about 5 shots. It's nothing crazy. It's just flavor.
Oh my. Well, I'm just surprised. I thought you guys were gonna be more excited that I got away from the bourbon today, but it's okay. I'm mixing it up. I got some cranberry juice, some Sprat. It tastes great.
It tastes real nice.
We're ready to rock and
God,
roll
he's
today.
Becoming a
drinking on?
vodka cran girl.
And I mean, honestly, I just didn't have anything, and I'm probably reluctant to say this and kind of disappointed with myself. I door dashed fucking like a Sprite and a cranberry juice to my house. I didn't even want to leave. I was like, fuck it.
Dude,
That's just sheer laziness.
the gas
It
station's
is.
3 minutes from you.
It's not even. It's right around the corner. I just didn't want to go.
Oh, I'm accounting for you getting off your ass, walking up the stairs, getting in your car, and driving over there, and then coming back. That's 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh fuck. What are you drinking on, Colin?
I keeping it sober today. I'm getting hydrated for the festivities later tonight, so we just have some not sponsored body armor.
Oh, very nice.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Good old dead body.
I
boy.
would- I would love if we got a sponsor from an alcohol company. If they were just like, "Hey, we'll give you all the alcohol you want," to be like, "Send it,
I don't
send it
think you
this
can-
way."
I don't think you can promote alcohol.
I don't think you can
Spending it
either.
Against TOS.
I don't think you can either, but it is what it is.
Well, doesn't Dr. Disrespect have his own vodka line?
Yeah,
think
but he
you
doesn't
can-
promote it on Twitch. He promotes it
Yeah.
on every other form of social media. Twitch will not allow it.
That makes sense.
Damn it, Twitch having to mess it all up.
No,
YouTube's
you're not allowed
though.
to drink on stream. You can be drunk, I guess, but you can't even drink on stream.
Well, we're definitely breaking that rule.
We've
right
broken that 52 times.
now. Yeah, many a times.
Well,
Oh well.
maybe you can. I don't know.
Shit happens. It's all right. So
With that, we're gonna get into everything. We have an awesome lineup today, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump into it. Roll that intro.
okay, I'll roll her.
What happened was we got caught up in a drunk discussion, and then he burned the bacon.
Where we talk about everything and know nothing.
You know what I mean? So it kind of seems like a win-win-win.
Here's Gerald.
Telling everybody I'm dead. Just draw a dick on it. It's not offensive. It's a dick. Everyone's got a dick nowadays.
Dude, tell me more, because I don't know anything about it.
Oh, a flapper's a 1920s dancer, you motherfucker.
Got a lot of bagels. They call bagels. Chug 30.
Cheers. Salud.
I mean, this shit's free, right? Monday morning. Chime on in.
Tranquility Base.
Drunkscussions.
The Eagle has landed.
And we are back. Guys, thank you so much for joining Drunkscussions podcast. Paul, Colin, question for you guys. Have you ever had a dream?
Dude. Everyone has. Well, I guess that's not true. Majority of people have dreams, Connery. So yes.
What about you, Colin? Have you had a dream? Colin froze. I think he crashed. Oh well. Anyways,
That perfect timing, right after the intro. After the intro,
right after the
crash
show.
hard.
Oh fuck.
But yeah, I've had a dream many a times. I've had some crazy nightmares. Some dreams that you just don't want to end or that get abruptly awoken from, and you're like, son of a bitch.
Oh,
There he is. He's
back.
alive.
Let's get that video back on, bud.
There it is. Oh,
O'Reilly's.
Connery, the stream is live is messed up.
I know, I see that. I can switch to two people. There we go. We'll
Okay.
switch to two until he comes back. Anyways, so yeah, dreams, nightmares. You've had nightmares though, right? Everyone's basically had
Yeah.
Animals have nightmares, right?
Right.
I think he's buggered off. I don't know what's going on. Oh well, he'll figure it out. Anyways, the reason why I'm asking is there's a lot of differences between dreams. There's differences between nightmares. They're not technically the same. One's more or less a storyline. So dreams are understood to be the most like recent audio biographical, I don't know, episodes that become woven with past memories to create a new memory that can be referenced later. Nightmares are kind of like dreams, but they cause an unpleasant emotional response. Typically, they may be hard to wake up from.
Right.
You know, a lot of people, they'll wake up from an extreme dream, their heart rate's up. They had a physical reaction to it. Now, some people have had good dreams, and they also have a physical reaction to it. We call them
Boners.
sheet sneezes. You know?
Yeah.
Or they piss themselves, you know?
Morning wood.
Yeah. Speaking of morning, most dreams are actually in the morning. The longer dreams occur in the morning hours, but usually the sweet spot is in your REM sleep. So
Your REM cycle.
yep, most vivid dreams happen during rapid eye movement, which is short episodes throughout the night, about 90 to 120 minutes apart, but longer dreams
Really?
occur in the morning hours for some reason.
So why is it that it's like you're towards the end or about to be woken up, you know, and that you dream the heaviest and most vivid before you wake up? That's my question.
So I would imagine it's based off of like a lunar cycle. So I would imagine also people that are like retired or they don't really have anything going on throughout the week, stress, you know, physical strenuous activities throughout the week. I guess I could actually try the new. Yeah, look at that. They don't have, you know, what's the best way of putting it? They're able to focus on their dreams, right? So people that aren't working throughout the week, they have more time for sleep. They not many stresses are going on, and they dream more. But for morning hours, I think it's just because your body's finally gotten rested, and now that your body's not focused on recovering, it's able to actually focus on having a deep sleep.
So my thing is right. Like when we were younger, as I hit my mic, when we were younger. Parents would be like, "Oh, don't eat too much candy before bed, or drink this, because you'll either A, knowing your ass, you'll shit or piss your bed, or B, you'll have like vivid dreams." Have you ever had something where you've eaten it, or you've just got fucked up the night before drinking, and then all of a sudden you're just like, I had the most vivid, wild dream of my life?
So, not really the most. So, when I've been fucked up the most, I actually don't remember dreaming if I've even dreamed at all. So if I go to bed plastered, no dreams. Even if I have like a glass of wine, I've noticed the most heaviest dreams that I've had are when I'm typically put under when I took like a melatonin or a Benadryl. Those are some of the most
Right.
vivid dreams I've had. Um,
See, yeah, mine's drinking. Like, oh, I've had some nights where I woke up the next morning. I'm like, what did I just? Was that part of the night, or was that completely fabricated?
yeah, I mean, have you had reoccurring dreams?
Um, so I've had a nightmare, one nightmare ever that was a reoccurring nightmare, and I mean, I guess it's funny and it's stupid. I could tell you. I'll tell you. Okay. So I was laying in bed, right? And imagine like looking at yourself laying in bed. And for some reason, all of this dream was like third person. Don't fucking know why. But I remember opening the door, or not me, but I'm laying in bed and the door opens and my mom's standing there. I was like, yeah. And she's like, we have to leave. And I was like, why? She's like, they're here. And for some reason, I just knew what that was. I don't know what they were. But I get up and we're going downstairs and I look outside and there's a bunch of turkeys outside. I'm like, why is there a bunch of turkeys? And she says they're here to get us. And I was like, what the fuck? And I had no correlation of what was going on. But all of a sudden, some turkeys broke in through the downstairs glass and they bit my dog. My dog then turned into a turkey. So I was like, they're vampire turkeys. Next thing I know, I'm running around trying to find my gun and grab stuff and, running upstairs. And they're biting my family members. My brother, and my dad, and my mother were all turned into vampire turkeys. I remember jumping out of my window for some reason into the pool. And I'm running like, and you try to run through water and you can't. Like you're just chucking it. But it jump out of the pool and I'm booking it and I'm getting chased by hundreds of vampire turkeys. And I get to the woods and I'm like at a crossroad where there's like river and I can't jump over and I turn around and I see all these turkeys. I was like, I just like was thinking like it's a movie. I was like trying to say a badass line and I just couldn't get anything out, so I just started firing and that's how I woke up.
So you
Just
didn't
boom, boom.
you didn't get bit by the bird or anything like
No,
that?
I didn't get bit by the bird, but everyone else did.
So there's detailed meaning of birds attacking in your dreams. There's like interpretations of different types of dreams. Like we talked
I've
about,
seen that. Yeah.
we've talked earlier. Colin actually wanted to bring it up. Which I wish he was able to get back in. I wonder what happened. I don't know. He was like, "What's it mean if your teeth fall out in a dream?" And I really wish he elaborated on that because I did have stuff about it. Of one of which is fear of the male genitalia is the interpretation of your teeth falling out. So I was like, Colin, are you?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's
How?
according to Freud, it's a Freudian thing. The dream represents sexual repression. Teeth falling out in a dream is considered a symbol of castration and fear regarding the male genitalia.
See, it's funny that you say that. Have you ever had a dream, like a scary dream where you were being chased?
Mm, not of being chased. I've had a scary dream of and it was during the early days, right when The Walking Dead came out. I had a lot of zombie dreams back in the day. Nobody like significant to me turned into a zombie. It was more or less just
Oh, so you didn't like straight up Carl someone?
no, no, I didn't.
Well,
Yeah.
I say that because like I was looking up some stuff too, and there's some meanings about being attacked or slash attacked by a dog, and it's usually the dog is like human's best friend, and its appearance in a dream often reflects the role as a faithful or loving partner in a walking life. So you usually give unconditional love to your lover, hoping that they will return the equal amount of love to you. However, you're disappointed and feel that the love isn't the same, and that's like it's running you're running away. And I was like, I guess. I don't know how I would correlate that to getting attacked by vampire turkeys. I think I just was off the sauce a little hard, but whatever.
I want to go back to your bird thing, right?
Yeah.
So you had hundreds or thousands of birds in the dream, right?
I mean, there were like, I mean, I wouldn't say hundreds of thousands, but there was a lot chasing after me.
Now,
Hundreds.
was this before or after you moved?
I've, what do you mean? Like at back to my old house of growing up, my parents' homestead?
Yeah, so it's a
No, this
suggestion.
was years ago. Before I even moved out, I had this dream, and I've had it more than once.
So it's apparently a dream that you'll soon be changing where you live. It could either be temporary or a permanent move. So who knows? If you're
I don't know about
outside,
that.
if you're outside in the dream and a bird attacks you, then this represents personal danger to clear a foundation of how you're going to approach future worries and problems. If multiple birds are pecking you in a dream, this is suggesting that family arguments and disgrace will encounter your life in the near future.
I mean, potentially on that one.
Yeah, I don't think
But
that
I mean,
impacts you as much.
everybody's had weird dreams, but the one that always gets me is the sleep paralysis. I didn't think that was a thing until I've experienced it myself. Where I think it was my brother or my mom came into the room. I was just taking a nap after school, and I crashed, like just laid down and was out. But then I remember them opening the door, and I like opened my eyes, but I couldn't physically move my body, but my eyes were under the pillow, like I could just see them walking by, and they were like talking about dinner or something, and I just could not physically move my body. And I was like, what the hell am I in? And then someone was like, oh, you had sleep paralysis. Yo, that shit is terrifying. To have that at a moment of like peril or, trauma, I couldn't. No, I couldn't do it.
So Lauren's had a few nights of sleep paralysis, even when she's in bed with me, and usually she ends up getting over it and wakes up and then wakes me up and says, I've been trying to call your name, but nothing's come out for the past 5 hours. Imagine being stuck in one spot, unable to move.
I was gonna say, because like I could not physically speak when I was in that like state. Like I was looking helpless. I was feeling helpless, not looking helpless. I was feeling helpless, and like I'd want to shout, and I feel like all I could get was like a little groan, just like I'm trying to take a shit. Like I don't know.
I've never had a nightmare or sleep paralysis where it's really impacted me. Like I've never had a dream that's significantly impacted my life, right? Something that I'm
Right.
like, oh, okay, I guess I should stop, pushing shopping carts into kids at the supermarket, I've never had a dream like that. I'll say
That
it.
wouldn't stop you regardless. Even you've had a child and you're still gonna do shit like that.
If the kid's walking in front of you, yeah, fucking hit their heels.
Oh, what is it? Payback? Because they've hit their mom's heels at 1 or 2 times too.
Well, I shouldn't say like if you're both walking down the same aisle. It's more or less like if they cut in front of you or they run away from their parent and you're like, oh, it's sort of like a police chase. You want to help the police officer, right? Catch the bad guy. So you just, knock the kid over. Whoops. So
I guess
there's
Colin's not coming back. His shit crashed and broke, so he said another time. So it's me and you, brother.
All right,
The
that
battle
works.
of the dreams. Good versus evil.
Low stress means happy dreams. Typically faces are familiar in your dreams, but it's never like the actual representation of the face for the most part. Our day usually informs our dreams, which means our dreams are linked to thoughts or events from the previous day or two. I have had this reoccurring dream where the harder, and it sounds fucking goofy, the harder I move my legs and arms, I can like fly. So
Physically fly.
yeah, basically I'm flying. Like I go to it always has to be an open field in the dreams. But once I get going, I'm basically working with currents in the wind and changing of the wind direction, and then I'm able to put my body in, that direction and fly. And I've basically done that across the United States.
Really, that's a pretty vivid dream, just to be able to like fly wherever and whenever. I mean, that'd be kind of cool, actually. Meanwhile, I'm over here battling for my life from turkeys.
I haven't had a good dream though that I've remembered in probably the past 5-6 years.
Oh, then you haven't had a good dream, man. I've had ones where I was like, I woke up, I'm like, oh, that had to end. Fuck.
Ooh, you want to talk about sex dreams?
That's what that is. I mean, those are the best. Like towards the morning, that's every woman's like, why do you always wake up with a boner? It's like because 9 times out of 10, that vivid dream when you're waking up is one you did not want to end. You wanted to stay in that dream as long as possible.
Do you get pee boners? Ooh, sorry.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I know. Excuse me, bitch. Do you get pee boners? Like if you really have to pee, you get a boner.
Yeah, and you're sitting there just trying your damnedest. It's the worst.
You're planking over the toilet just to fucking go pee. Yeah. So yeah, I've had a lot of those.
But you don't remember them ever?
I've had a few dreams where
You
I
know, your
remember.
fucking favorite porn star, you never had Anna, whatever her Checkitch bitch, like, doing your thing.
I can't say I've actually had a dream about her. Like porn stars don't show up in the dreams.
Good. That's a good thing. You should be happy about that, Connery.
Yeah.
You had me scared there a minute.
Oh, here you go. Morningwood has nothing to do with sexy dreams or stimulation. Nocturnal
Oh, that's
penile.
bullshit.
It's called nocturnal penile tumescence. Causes men to have 3 to 5 erections every night, some lasting 30 minutes. Paul, that's more than you even last in bed. That's crazy.
You're so full of shit, bub.
Women can have wet dreams. Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, men and women probably both have, arousing dreams, and it for sure works that way. Goes both ways with that.
Women can release vaginal.
I know it's crazy, Connor, but women are people too.
Okay, I'm not misogynistic, you dick. Okay.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
Women can release vaginal secretions from arousal and even orgasm when having a sexual dream. Do you think, Paul, like we'll use lawn relationships. Do you think during lawn relationships they probably have orgasm more in their sleep than they have with you?
No, then you're not doing your relationship right. You're not doing it right if they have more orgasms while they sleep. Unless is that a disease or a thing? Like, can you have a thing where you have more orgasms when you sleep than you would when you're awake? I don't know.
I mean, for the longest time, basically from the age of 10 all the way to like 15, I was definitely.
Jill doesn't count. That's you doing that.
No. Sheet sneezes.
Sheet sneezes.
You wake
the
up.
Wet dream. The white dragon.
Yeah. I think it was right around 18. I was like, okay, I can sleep naked now. I really don't. Like, I've got a continual daily supply of like sex where I don't have to worry about being above the limit, where you're like, oh, if I don't release myself tonight, I
mean, that's why. I mean, you gotta masturbate. It is what it is. It's a part of life.
It is.
But I mean, if not, then you're gonna have fucking, dick sneezes all over your sheets.
I've had a few of those. It's always weird too. Like I've had them while I've since I've been married. I've been married for a while now, right? And there's been nights I wake up and I'm like, hey, Lauren, we gotta change the sheets. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, I came. What can I say?
Honestly, knowing you, I am fully expected to be like, I just shit the bed.
I have
just shit myself, Lauren. Like we gotta clean the bed.
We've both had that though. Like,
well, she was pregnant. That's understandable.
No, it was before that. She was sick though.
Oh, okay. No, you just sneezed too hard and it's constipated, shooting out. Oh God,
you're not wrong.
This man sends me a video over Snapchat. It had to have been a week or two ago of him literally shitting himself on accident. He was trying to fart in work, just sitting there making poop fart videos, and all of a sudden shit his pants.
Yeah, no, it definitely happened just like that. I was like, I wanted to have like a compilation by the time you woke up, because you always wake up late, and I'm like at work 4 hours before you, and I'm like, I wonder how many videos of me just farting throughout the day he could open just to wake up to. And the last one he got was me accidentally shitting myself. I'm sitting there like, can't believe that just happened.
I called him. I called you, and I was cracking up. I was dying laughing.
It happens. What can I say?
But that is now. I hate to admit it. That is 4 incidences now where you have shit yourself, and I've somehow been involved.
I need either more or less fiber in my life.
It sounds like more.
Oh. So sex dreams aren't that common. Approximately 4% of men and women dreams are about sex. I wonder if that's all sex or all dreams, or they have one dream in their life that is about sex.
Right. I don't know if it's gonna work that way personally, but I don't know how does it work with you then?
Well, the next one is sleep position matters when it comes to sex dreams. If you sleep face down, and I'm a back sleeper. I always lay like I'm in a coffin. I
Do you
cross my arms.
snore?
It depends on if my head is pushed forward. If it's straight back and I'm not using a pillow, no snoring at all. But
Okay. I mean, here's my thing, right? I didn't know this was really a thing, but usually when you snore, right, it's because your tongue isn't like touching the roof of your mouth and you're opening your mouth. I snore with my mouth shut. Like I snore through my nose.
does your throat hurt from that?
No, I've never had a problem with it. Apparently I can even whistle. Like if it's clogged it all on one side, I'll just start whistling.
I've heard you sleep, and you snore
Yeah.
so fucking loud.
It's not even that loud. It's just a weird snore because it's through my nose, not through my mouth. Fuck off.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, we've said face down is when you're most likely to dream about sex. And for a guy, it
That's up.
definitely makes sense because you're in a thrusting position. Like, you a little sheet rubbing,
Is
Uh,
that what it is?
I mean, I would imagine every time I've slept face down, I've basically woken up. I'm like, whoa, I'm edging here, I'm like, I'm glad I woke up now. Otherwise, I would have had to
No,
clean up a
see, mine
mess.
would be like on my side, like I have a pillow, and it's like that's the if I'm face down, that's when I go into like sleep paralysis and I can't fucking move.
Can I get you a anime pillow just so I know?
Yeah, you can just send it to me. I'll take it. I'll use it and send you a video too.
I'd
Be
rather
like,
you
hey, my
don't.
waifu is with me right now.
I take back everything I've said. I don't want to send you a pillow.
Yeah, you have to now. Chat, help me out.
Fuck it out. This also might make you dream about other things. Sleeping face down isn't just associated more with sex dreams, but also dreams about being locked up, hand tools, being naked, being smothered in
What?
yeah, hand tools. So I'm wondering if they're talking like a power drill or like a handsaw or something. Being smothered and unable to breathe as well as swimming. Men dream about a variety of men dream of sex with multiple partners 2 times more than women.
I can believe that. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Do you think it's related to porn?
I just think men in general are, on average, not. I'm just saying this is just on average. I think that the men are generally just more horny, and like their dreams go a while. But yeah, pornography maybe helped. In when way times are now, think of more options. I mean, I can't say that I've never not had that dream of a threesome. Everyone really kind of has, especially as a male. But I mean, doesn't mean you do it.
Let's have a shot real quick before I bring up this one, because there's 2 more I want to bring up.
That's a guitar pick.
Cheers.
Uh-huh.
So women dream about celebrities. Women are twice as likely to have sex dreams about public figures compared to men. So when it says public figures, for some reason, my first thought was of a woman, probably an older woman named like Margaret, dreaming about George Bush.
Why?
Senior.
Why? Why? What? Out of all things, like, oh, I can think of your like Lauren was dreaming about The Rock or something, but you're like, nope, it was Margaret dreaming about George Bush. You went with the leathery old crusty bitches instead.
I mean, that's where my mind went. I was thinking, how many women, like, do you think you could, all right, take a good guess of how many women have had a moist panty dream about George Bush Sr.?
That's a fucking shock. Like young, like was in presidency,
Nope.
or younger than that.
You could even say now.
Ooh, none. I don't know. None. There's no way. None. I'm gonna go with maybe like 10 in the whole United States. We're like, yeah, George Bush Senior's the one that gets me going. Really wets my whistle.
I like his wheelchair.
Oh, didn't he die though? He died though. I'm pretty sure he died. Now I feel bad.
Well, that's the best time to talk about somebody, Paul. Talk shit about them when they're dead, not when they're alive.
Fine. I dare you to talk shit about Betty White and see how the backlash comes. The whole chat blows up on you.
I guarantee you Betty White's had a fucking dirty thought. She's definitely had a creamy panty session over George Bush Sr.
Oh, stop it. No. This is shit I don't want to hear. Neither do our listeners.
Sleep sex is real, though. Did you know that? It's called sexomnia. It's a sleep disorder, much like sleepwalking, except of walking, of course. A person engages in sexual behavior like masturbation or intercourse while they sleep. Have you ever fucked somebody while you're sleeping, Paul?
Not willingly.
Hold up.
I was raped. No. No, never done that. I mean, I guess I was really sick one time, and I had a girlfriend over, and like I was just out of it. Like I had like a fever at 103, and she was wanting it bad, and I was like, I am in no condition. Like I might shit if you jump on top of me, kind of thing. And she's like, "Don't worry, I'll do everything." And she just went ahead and did it, and I just laid back
Did
and
you fall asleep?
tried. Yeah, I didn't say I fall asleep, but I was definitely zoned out. I was not there.
Oh, we've all kind of had a zone out sex, but anyways, no, I'm wondering like if any of our listeners has a partner. Like you would have to go into it knowing, right?
Right.
If you're on a blind date and she's like, "Hey, come back to my place," would you let her know? Be like, "Hey, by the way, there's a good chance that I may like sleep fuck you."
I mean, I feel like that should be something that's said.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have that condition, like you be like, hey, you should probably not spend the night because you're not used to this yet, or me, or whatever it be. I mean, if I was a partner to that, I'd like to know. I wouldn't want to just be all of a sudden like just jumped on top of and rode like a mule. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Oh, apparently 8% of the population suffers from sleep paralysis.
See, I told you. I mean, I've had it. It's scary. I don't have it all the time, but I've had situations where I'm just like, I can't fucking move, and like I could hear, and in some cases have like one eye open, peeping through like the pillow or whatever, and I can see, but I can't do anything about it.
Oh,
But it's always when I'm on my stomach.
I have had a George Bush dream.
What the fuck?
It was when he was
Everything we were kids, George Bush was in your dream.
It was George Bush and there was another guy. I can't remember who it was, but I'm 100% certain it was George Bush. And I told my mom
and
about
Dick
this
Cheney.
dream. No. I told my mom about this dream. It was when I had a fever and then I took Tylenol to bring down the fever before bed, but it didn't work. And I guess I had a night terror. And a night terror is your body could be sleepwalking, you could be freaking out, but you remember it. And I had, for some reason, it was the most terrifying thing to me, that night terror. I was sitting at the top of the stairs and everything felt like it was in slow motion. And then all of a sudden I turned around and George Bush was painting the walls.
Senior or junior?
Junior. He was painting the walls, bro.
I can see it now. You just turn, he's like, I don't know who this Katrina is, but we're gonna find her and put her to justice.
I like
You're just like you're like 12, like what the fuck? Mr. Bush, what are you doing here? It's fine, I'm dodging all the shoes that are being thrown at me.
But I have also had another night terror where I threw my little sister. I had R strength, you know what I'm saying? Because I was asleep. I didn't have control over my body, I know that, but I yeeted my sister across the living room. Like I picked her up and threw her.
That's fair. It's like when you're getting tickled and you warn someone and then it's just they keep going, so you just unleash holy hellfire. Like it is what it is. I warned you. Like a foot's coming across your cheek if you keep on tickling me. It's just how it's gonna go.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Night terrors can be frightening. Night terrors are episodes of intense fear, screaming, and even running around or acting aggressive while asleep. That makes sense.
Oh,
Children,
shit, yeah.
Children, almost 40% of children have night terrors, though most outgrow them by their teens. Yeah, I haven't had one since I was probably about 10.
I do remember this one time. My mom, I bet you could ask her and she'll remember it exactly. But I remember I was laying in bed, and this is at our old house, like duplex in Worthington. My brother was like still a baby, and I remember I was laying there and I saw this like I was early in the morning. I woke up and I saw this hairy like hand come reaching down to open up the window, and I just screamed and ran to the other room, and I went and jumped up on their bed, and they had a water bed at the time. I just jumped up on their bed, onto their water bed, and I was screaming. They're like, what? And I explained it to them, and I remember my dad having to get up and walk me into my room and be like, there's nothing there, buddy. And then now thinking about it, I was like, both my parents were naked. Why the fuck was that? And I'm like, oh, I definitely jumped in and ruined something in the morning when I was like 3 years old. So sorry, Mom.
Yeah. Have you? What?
Yeah. Yeah. You never had that moment where you're like, dude, you look back on it, you're like, man, my parents were totally fucking, and I just interrupted them. You look back as when you were a kid.
I've blocked all those memories.
That's because it's traumatic for you. You probably walked in when your brothers were being conceived.
I don't like this conversation anymore. Did you know blind people can see in their dreams?
I mean, okay, here's my question though. How did like is it like they weren't blind and then went blind and then they can now have a dream, or is it like you were blind your whole life and they can still have dreams and vivid dreams?
Well, I have no idea because it literally that's all it says. So I don't know. Sure.
It's factual. Do we have any blind friends out here in chat? You know, hey.
Yeah, if you can see this, let us know.
If you can hear this on our podcast and you're blind, you just have someone write in for us. We have questions.
Okay, so this is kind of the slurspiracy side of it, right? So
Right.
some dreams,
So
some
cheers to wait. Cheers to the slurspiracy side.
cheers,
first.
cheers. So
I can't get over how good this is. I'm telling you, you need to get it.
the American vodka.
It's so good. It mixes well with everything.
Um, so I didn't expect us to talk about this, so I'm gonna prepare myself real quick. But some people believe dreams can predict the future. They're saying there isn't enough evidence to support it, but let's be honest, right?
Like Nostradamus kind of dreaming and predicting the future, or
Well, I would imagine most, like for example, either the guy from this that writes The Simpsons is a fucking
oh
fortune
yeah,
teller, or he's had dreams about an episode, right?
right. And then it correlates to that episode based on his dreams that he's had.
Oh, why is everything?
Is there anyone relevant to now that says they like can predict the future based on their dreams, or is that a thing? I
What?
don't know. I mean, I know there was medians and stuff back in the 80s that said like, oh, they have dreams and they can predict the future, but like I feel like all of those predictions weren't like even close to accurate or ever came true.
Uh, I don't know. They're saying Chinese people. I mean, even people in China, they have books. Same with Italy. Italy has a book that you can get about the dream that you had to predict lottery numbers.
Really?
And I only know that because James May. We all know who James May is, right? He did James May in Italy on Amazon.
That's
Phenomenal
great.
series.
Loved it.
For example, Chinese dream number interpretation guide. So a car crash is the number 24. Um, dreaming about animals is a 6. Ants is 66. If you have a dream about being cheated on by your partner, it's a 21. 21.
What I want, boy, you stupid.
But so does being sexual in public. So China, look, that's also 21.
Chill, China. Here's the thing with dreams and guessing lottery numbers. I still don't think it works because like the man who just won the lottery recently, like $1.3 billion, right, from Maine. He just went and got it printed out from the computer. You have more luck having it printed off from the machine or a higher chance than just guessing the numbers.
Yeah, I mean,
You see what I mean? Like, I don't know. When it comes to lottery, you have a better chance of saying like, print me the numbers, give me what you got.
I don't. I personally don't think so. I think the system's rigged. It'll print the winning numbers will be anything other than what was randomly given to you.
Well, that's majority of the people that win are random prints.
However, I've also heard the universe will speak to you in the sense of like sometimes you'll go get a lottery ticket and they print off the wrong lottery ticket and you're like, oh, I didn't want that one. That's when you say, okay, I'm going to take that one, right? Because it's
Right.
not meant for you. That's the universe speaking to you. And the people that have done that, they win a lot of the times. That's what you hear in the news. Like, oh, I'll take a pack of smokes, a number 5, number 6, and a rando.
So
And they give you a different rando, and you're like, "Oh, I don't want this." And he looks at you, and he's like, "You'll take this." And he's
no,
like,
the best one ever was there was an interview. There was a man in Australia who won from a scratch off like $250,000. Well, the local news station brought him in and did a piece on it on the gas station, there wherever it was in Podunk, Australia. And for an interpretation, he went up and bought another lottery ticket and showed what he did, where he went, walked outside, scratched off, won another $250,000.
"Good for
He
him."
won $500,000 just from scratch offs at one gas station.
Good for that gas station. They made a little bit of money off of that too.
Right, with that news coverage, people were probably going in there left and right. I mean, again, it's all luck though. Like you're not going to get that at the same gas station going every single place every single time. Like you'll be consistent, but I don't think you'll have a higher probability of winning.
It's called astral projection. As far as astral projection, the phenomenon was featured in 2002 blockbuster Doctor Strange and the sequel Doctor Strange of the Multiverse. So basically, you can go ahead and have an out of body experience at some point and have a sensation of consciousness, spirit, or astral body leaving your physical body. And some people can go ahead and actually have predictions of the future from it.
Usually, it involves DMT though.
Well, you can do it under deep meditation or under hypnosis as well.
Really? See, now I don't believe hypnosis. You know why? Because when I was younger, I went to a hypnosis therapy thing because they thought that they could just hypnotize me and it'll fix my ADHD and my dyslexia. Find that hilarious now. But regardless, I think it's bullshit. I don't think it works because I went in there and I would just fucking like sit there and listen to him and he'd be like saying the words over and over to try to put me in a trance to sleep, and I could never sleep. I just pretend to sleep at that point.
Yeah, if anything, they amplified what they said they were gonna fix.
Right.
So it looks like
yes, squirrel.
John Crow, in his paper "Taming the Astral Body," oh fuck.
Words, man. Words.
Cheers.
Prost.
Every time I fuck up a word, we'll go ahead and drink. The Theosophical
Again. All over again.
Society was founded in New York in 1875 by Helena Blavatsky. According to the Susan Blackmore in Psychological Today, she claimed to have traveled the world, studied the Tibetan gurus, contacted the dead, and learned to reach higher planes with Hindus and Buddhists.
But do you think that works though? Because like, there's that whole thing with the Buddhists out there that they can reach these new planes by just sitting there in meditation. There's even one that says that he's still in meditation, he's dead, but like his body's so preserved because of him finding nirvana. And it's like, I mean, it's far stretched.
I have had astral projections in the sense of when I'm going to bed, and usually when I like have a gummy, I'll lay there in bed and I'll focus on nothing. The idea is to completely wipe away my mind, and all I am is I'm focused on the here and now. And I do have that feeling of my body will sink into the bed and I can look at myself and around the room, which you've talked about that before. You can you have your third eye or whatever the fuck you call
mind's
it.
eye.
Yeah, I've had one of those where I'm laying there, I'm asleep, but I have full a view of what's going on around me, even though I'm completely out. And I do have that. However, the moment I start thinking about it, the moment I start thinking about what's going on, it stops. So I'm basically living in the here and now asleep. And I think that's a form of astral projection. Now, I also can do it completely sober. I'll just lay in bed and I'll focus on my chest, just the breathing up and down, and I'll feel the blood pulsing through like my knees, my arms, and I can feel like basically my blood flowing,
It's funny that you say that because there's a room. It's like the world's quietest room, and people go there sometimes to meditate and everything else as well. But they can't stay in there very long because it's so quiet that eventually you can hear your own heartbeat. Like, not to feel it. Like, all of us can like sit there and focus and feel it, but like they say, it's so quiet that you can actually hear your heartbeat and the blood rushing through your body. That it's that quiet in the room, and it's like that'd be kind of creepy. So, I'd probably put you into some type of a trance as well. If you would lay down in there and you're just listening to your heart over and over and you're perfectly still awake and you're deep focusing on your breathing, I can see you just all of a sudden, projecting. Is that what it's called? Astral projecting?
It's like you're coming. I'm ascending.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, astral coming.
Astral coming. Ass coming. It's a different form. So yeah,
it's also the new donut.
Stop. That's so there's this thing called the get ready to drink, the hypnagogic jerk. A hypnic jerk or sleep starts. It's a sudden, brief, or strong contraction of the body or segment of your body that happens as you're falling asleep. So, like, your leg will kick up. I've had one where I've accidentally punched, Lauren. Um, well, it wasn't like a punch.
Accidentally.
It was like usually when I sleep, I'm starfished is probably the best way of putting it. And I've had it where my like elbow locks up and I just fucking jabbed her in the face. I've had one of those. Yeah. You okay?
Son of a bitch. Mine's kicking. Mine's my legs. I get that. But I can just imagine little poor tiny Lauren. And I was like, domed her. Just domed her. Oh, poor Lauren.
I enjoy those. And that's another thing. When I'm sleeping or I'm trying to astral project, this sounds so fucking stupid when you say it out loud. When you're actually trying to do it, one of the ways that I do it is I focus on where I can feel a muscle spasm. And for some reason, I focus in on that. And again, you're just being one with your body and thinking about it, not thinking about it,
Right.
but feeling your body. And then all of a sudden it snaps and your leg kicks. I've had those, those jerks, and you're like, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, that happened. It's sort of like when it happens though, and that was the intent. It's pretty cool. It's fucking weird that I'm saying that out loud, but it's pretty cool.
It's interesting. I mean, I've had where I've woken up and I can't, like, my legs doing like that cramping, like the muscles are moving, but I'm not having the cramping pain. I can just feel like the divot in my thigh, almost like, it'll just fucking up and down, up and down, up and down. And I've had that wake me up before. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And it's like your whole body is like you said, you're going through a refresh state and it's fixing everything. So sometimes I've woke myself up during, I guess, the oil change, the redo, the refresh.
Wait, the refresh, like the sneeze?
Refresh button, just like refreshed. You're good. You slept. You've gotten your health back in order. Your
So
body's ready to take on the day.
they're saying though that, and this would make sense why I am so able to hop into it, is back in the day, like 2 weeks ago, I worked out every single day in the afternoon. Typically it was before I went to bed, right? And apparently it happens a lot. If you exercise has a lasting effect on how well you sleep, but when you work out and how intense you work out can determine whether or not you get a good night of sleep or bad night sleep. Now, I've never had a bad night of sleep from working out in the afternoon, but it says
I
that
for sure have.
intense exercise increases your energy levels, and performing them right before bed can make it more difficult for your body to slow down and relax. But if you're able to slow down, you can focus on these jerks essentially, because your muscle
wait.
fibers are still twitching.
You've never, like, you take like pre-workout and stuff before you work out, right?
Not anymore. I stopped taking
Good.
it.
See, that's when I had a bad workout, because I would take pre-workout and work out at night. And the next thing you know, I couldn't fall asleep until 3, 4 a.m. And I was getting up at 5, 6. Like, I was killing myself. And that shit was rough. So I had to stop taking pre-workout. Completely kills the mood. Absolutely kills the mood when you're ready to, like, you're finally ready to get that pump in. Now you have to, like, work up to that. And it's rough.
Are you still on your nicotine?
I am on my nicotine still. But I stopped dipping and smoking, no tobacco. I went back to no pouches. I'm on 3 milligrams nicotine vape pen, like the your own cartridges or whatever. Not the disposable ones, but like the fill your own.
It says that stimulants make you more alert and attentive to every sound or movement, and that may be coveted in deep sleep being difficult to reach. This also may lead to those hypnic jerks that we were talking about, which would make sense for me because I have no problem drinking caffeine and falling asleep. I could have 6 cups of coffee and then pass out after the 7th. Be fine.
See, I couldn't do that. I can't. No, that's not happening. I don't know how people do that with caffeine. Like, I work with a gentleman, right? His name's Jay, hell of a guy. You know how have you seen the Monster coffee energies? Like the 2 double shots are like 600 milligrams of caffeine, right?
Yeah, and 70 grams of sugar.
Exactly. He has 3 of those by the time he walks in the door. And then the man proceeds to drink a whole pot of coffee. So I sat down with him and I calculated it out. This man, in like over a 2-week span, every single day consumed 2,000 milligrams of caffeine. And I was like, dude, what is wrong with you? And he's like, that's fine, each day. I was like, sir, you realize that can kill you. And he's like, what? And I showed him, like, yo, this is where
Like
it was the
600
level of
a day.
it's like 600 to 1,000 is a max. And I was like, dude, you're well pushing that. Like, you need to cut back.
I definitely, so